You know, Oral, in the former Netherlands Antilles, when a senator, young senator, was appointed, he or she had to take a step back and really go through the ranks and learn before he or she were appointed to become ministers. And right here is, you go from the school benches straight into taking these huge responsible tasks that have dire consequences for the quality of life of our citizens. And it's not right. I want to see the day that political leaders, especially those who have been in office now for the past 30, 35 years, non-stop. You know who they are? Non-stop, in one position or the next, who are allowing for persons to be appointed, whether probably because they're afraid that the person's ready to jump ship or leave the party, instead of working with these young individuals and say, yes, you were elected to Parliament. You can stay in Parliament, and we will, work with you. You work with us. But we need right now, because of the situation that we're in, the dire situation that we're in, we need a little more persons with more experience, persons with integrity, who can pass through the screening, etc., to help us through this through these dire times. And that is not what's happening, and it's from both sides.
So how you feel about the current atmosphere in the island, where the coalition government, and now even Parliament supported the coalition government, that they reject the offer of the Dutch government with this whole new entity?
I have to say that I support the rejection, and I stated that publicly as well in my newspaper press releases, and that went out today. I could mention the date, July 14th. It's out there. I reject it for several reasons, because it's superfluous. I believe that we have failed our people, yes, miserably in many of the areas that I mentioned before. However, when you look at the tasks and responsibilities and the duties that they want to impose, again, how wants to impose, and I compare it to, for example, CAPNA, because I had a very short period of time to read the document and reread it again. And it's impossible that Holland would want the islands, all three, Aruba, Curaçao, and Bonaire, within a couple of days to accept this new entity again, based on a consensus Kingdom law, while we didn't even finish the process that we're in right now, which is this new constitutional status. We didn't evaluate the entire status yet. We never had a referendum. And the entity, what I understood from it again, would be placed in The Hague. And when I compare the task with a few new additions, it's like CAPNA. CAPNA was an entity that governed, the entire, was a cabinet to govern the former Netherlands Antilles and Aruba. And that was the name, Cabinet van de Nederlandse Antillen en Aruba. And this new entity will be stationed again in The Hague. All the tasks, responsibilities, the chairman, the secretary, who's going to regulate everything right there in The Hague.